What up, guys? Midwest Brownback Chronicles. This is the sports section. How you guys doing today? Getting right into it. College football playoff semifinals. Indiana whooped that ass, and Miami took care of Ole Miss. Shout out to Trinidad Chambliss. He was fun as hell to watch in college. If he doesn't come back, oh well, shit happens. The eligibility ran out, brother. Go to the NFL and try to be a star. Fernando Mendoza, sincerely hope you're going to be an amazing first round draft pick for the Raiders. Dante Moore, stay in fucking college, dog. If I'm being honest, if you could, stay in college. Maybe not the best outlet to get paid and get endorsements, but brother, stay in fucking college, man. I think you need another year to really learn how to deal with pressure because so much pressure, you're making boneheaded mistakes. Just find a way to, if you don't stay in college, get the right quarterback coach, the right quarterback guru to teach you how to be better about those mechanic issues and how you do everything. But credit to Mendoza, Fernando Mendoza and Indiana, Chris Ignetti and them boys for coming and really being ready for any challenge, looking dominant and not being afraid of the moment. 5 touchdowns in under 200 yards, only 3 incompletions. Fernando Mendoza was a dog. Meanwhile, Oregon couldn't get offense to go if they wanted to, couldn't muster a drive longer than 10 yards for the first 3 quarters, it felt like. And you got to give your hat off. Take your hat off to Indiana. You guys did the damn thing. Potentially the first team to ever go 16-0 in the college football era. So that'd be so exciting to really finish the mission. But then you got Miami on the other side that hasn't been there since 2002. And the rich history of the U and wanting to be back to that dynasty of greatness feels like it's pushing them forward, and to be the first college team to ever play the national championship in their home stadium is also one of those random bumps. And strangely enough, as a Miami Dolphins fan, I feel like if Miami Hurricanes can win in the Miami Dolphins home stadium at Hard Rock, I think it might lift the curse that the Dolphins have had on them since Dan Marino retired in '99, and I mean that sincerely. But I think Indiana and Miami is going to be a really fun matchup. I think it'll be a defensive standoff to begin. But I still like Fernando Mendoza over Carson Beck as the more experienced, more poised quarterback to really trust what his eyes see and not pull it down for a check down or a screen every other play. Look for the big play, look for the open, the advantages, the route running that's sensational. So really excited for the national championship next Monday, and I'll let you guys know how it feels to watch it when I see that. So on the NFL, playoff results weren't exactly crazy. Craziest game by far was the Bears Packers. The 21 point comeback, being down 24-3 or 21-3 at one point, so 18-point comeback and winning the game 34-31. Caleb Williams is amazing, even though he was pissing me off with his sporadic throws, his very uncharacteristic plays of just being wildly inaccurate, throwing balls off his back foot. And then I say that as he throws a beautiful dime on 4th and 10 to a tight end who's streaking down the field in between 3 defenders, and it's a bucket throw right in the bucket, right in the breadbasket, if you would. For everything he's frustrating about, he has so much athleticism, so much talent that he can get away with it, and that's the craziest part. It's what I feel Patrick Mahomes fans felt at the beginning when he was the Chiefs starting quarterback. Looked good at the beginning, looked great, but in moments when he tried to do too much, it would just look messy. It would just look like he's pressing the issue and needs to just reel it back in a little bit because he's a superstar and he's athletic as shit, but we don't always need the 40-yard throw across the field. We don't always need the rocket throw to get it down to the fastest receiver at the time, which is Tyreek Hill. But I digress. Bears beat the Packers. The Rams squeaked out a win against the Panthers. Who else played in the NFC? The Niners beat the Eagles, which wasn't even that big of a surprise. If you know football, you know the Eagles have been crumbling all year. Not really a good identity, more a team that's been trying to find an identity all year, and their offensive coordinator did not help things, so he out. We know that for sure. On the AFC side, Patriots beat the Chargers. Didn't exactly inspire a lot of confidence because the Chargers are playing with basically C team and like undrafted players because all their stars had gotten injured. Left tackle and right tackle out for the season. They weren't coming in with good hope like that. And on the other side, the Patriots were, believing that they were good enough that this was their year, that even if they weren't supposed to be here because of their record, because of this, because of that, they were able to do it because they know they're good enough. And so winning a playoff game after all the talk, with the winning record against winning teams and only playing one team with a winning record, that doesn't matter when you get to the playoffs. And kudos to Mike Vrabel and Drake May for really winning that game and showing the NFL that we really can do this and we're not afraid of any moment. And on the other side with Justin Herbert, I'm not a Tua Tagovailoa apologist, but I'm also not a Justin Herbert dick rider. And for everybody who wants to give Tua all the shit in the world, say what you want. He's been to the playoffs twice in his career, only played one game. Justin Herbert's been to the playoffs now 4 times and is 0-4. No matter what you want to attribute it to or blame it on, he's still a quarterback in the NFL who is the prototypical 6'5", 240, 250 pounds. Should be able to put the team on his back, a la Josh Allen style, Joe Burrow style, Lamar Jackson style. And yet somehow, in the first round of the playoffs, every single time he's gotten there, he's gotten bounced. Is that a reflection of Justin Herbert or Jim Harbaugh? Jim Harbaugh's been to a Super Bowl. Jim Harbaugh has taken Colin Kaepernick and Alex Smith and made them household names. So the question then becomes whose fault is it? So that really is one of the hardest conversations to have, because Justin Herbert was only picked a pick after Tua, and all the stats that he has, all the 5,000-yard seasons and everything, he still has no playoff wins. He still is a big-bodied quarterback, but is he really that great? That's the hardest question to answer now. Elsewhere, the Bills beat the Jaguars in a very good game. Josh Allen is that dude. Kind of showed everybody, reminding us all how good he was. And earlier today, I got done watching the Texans manhandle the Steelers, which was such a lopsided game. If CJ Stroud hadn't have looked so rough to begin that game would have been even more lopsided so damn quick. Oh my God, that game got out of hand, more because the defense came into play and CJ Stroud did not fuck up that much at the end. But if that game would have got out of hand, it would have been because CJ Stroud was actually playing on. And I heard on ESPN today, they were saying like CJ Stroud, Stephen A. Smith was saying CJ Stroud has to have a great game in order for them to win, because we're not saying that about Aaron Rodgers. The Steelers, they're good, but it has to be CJ Stroud having a good game or they're going to lose this game for sure. CJ Stroud looked pretty average and they still dominated that game top to bottom and didn't have a worry, even when they had to deal with turnovers by CJ Stroud at the 10-yard line, the 15-yard line, the 20-yard line. So that defense is legit. Aaron Rodgers might be his last game, still one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, but the Steelers are kind of in limbo. I think personally Mike Tomlin will probably choose to leave and go start somewhere new. Come down to Miami, Mike. We would love to have you this time and do it right. But we'll see what happens. Aaron's probably played his last down as a Steeler, if not in the NFL, which is bittersweet. He's still a really good quarterback, just things didn't happen the way he wanted them to. But yeah, so the matchups next week are going to be Broncos against the Bills, and then the Patriots against the Texans. And then on the NFC side, Niners against the Seahawks, and the Rams against the Bears. Early picks right now, I would take the Rams over the Bears. I would take the Niners over the Seahawks. I'll take the Bills over the Broncos, and I'll take the Texans over the Patriots. I think defense and experience is going to come in clutch in the semifinals. I think the Niners have one of the best coaches in the league. I think the Bills have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I feel like the Texans are the best team overall in the league. I really like Matthew Stafford this year, and feel like if it really did come down to it, he could really go on a heater. So the Rams are really one good throw away from just being dominant all the time. So I think the semifinals are going to be really fun next week, wrapped around the national championship. So I'm really excited and I am here for it. Okay, should be a really fun weekend, and I can't wait to see all these games and how they unfold. So yeah. But alright guys, this has been Midwest Brown Boy Chronicles. I am your Midwest Brown Boy, Jalen Brownford. Thank you so much for watching any of my videos. I appreciate you guys for giving any of them a chance. Any views that I see make me smile, just to know you guys want to give them a chance. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for giving all my videos or any of them a chance, looking at them and even scrolling by them. Like and subscribe if you want to come back. I appreciate anybody who does. You guys make it fun to do this. So You guys have a good week. I'll talk to you guys next week. Peace and love always.